Welcome to the Full-Time FBA Show. In each episode, it's our goal to help you turn part-time hours into a full-time income selling almost anything on Amazon. And now, your hosts of the show, Stephen and Rebecca Smotherman.
Hello there, and welcome to another episode of the Full-Time FBA Show. We are on episode number 244, and this week we're going to be talking about the question, is Amazon FBA a get-rich-quick plan? Oh, this is the question, isn't it? Here to talk with me about this is my co-host, my husband, my business partner, Stephen Smotherman. What do you think of this question?
I mean, we get this question a lot, and some people are really nice about asking, and some people are well, they're not so nice. So we thought we'd put together a podcast answering this question for you and why we feel the way we do. And we'll do that today on the Full-Time FBA Show.
So when we say that we get this question a lot, we don't necessarily mean that people straight up ask us, is Amazon FBA a get-rich-quick plan? But really, this comes about in a different way. We find out through people's attitudes about their business, through the questions that they ask in our Facebook group or in coaching, and we see, oh, this person thinks that within, 30 days, they should be making a full-time income or more. They should be rolling in the money. And honestly, if you've been a longtime listener of the Full-Time FBA Show, you know that we like to tell you things straight. No real sugarcoating, because that's what we like about the podcast that we listen to also. We listen to a lot of podcasts ourselves. And it really annoys me when I'm listening to a podcast and I'm thinking to myself, okay, what are you trying to sell me right now? But it's the podcasts that really tell it to me like it really is that I respect and I keep listening to. And while we try to keep things real with y'all on every episode of the Full-Time FBA Show, we've got a real doozy that a lot of other Amazon coaches will just not tell you about growing an Amazon business. So it's best that you learn these things now at the point that you are at in your journey. So let's get into it.
Yeah, the topic of this episode, it's a question that we see all the time from new Amazon sellers or curious wannabe Amazon sellers. Is Amazon FBA a get-rich-quick plan? And when we see that question, I just kind of want to reply with a question right back. Why are you asking that question? And we'll come back to this in a second. But basically, is Amazon in a get-rich-quick plan? I mean, maybe you've experienced these type of situations. Maybe you've seen videos on TikTok or YouTube of resellers going into Walmart or some store, scanning an item that's $1 on clearance, and they see it selling for $5 on Amazon. And then they get all excited, and the guy in the video is like, you can make $4 profit on this item. You can quadruple your money, and this is amazing. And you might be going, wow, is it really that easy? Now, if you know anything about how to calculate Amazon seller fees, you know this line of logic is completely false. I just wanted to point that out before we move on to the next situation.
Yeah, so another thing that happens a lot of times that causes people to wonder about this question is that, maybe you've signed up for a weekend conference where you were told how great an opportunity it is to sell products on Amazon. And if you just sign up for our program, we will do all the work for you to find products and get your Amazon account set up so you can make all the money yourself. Now, if you just write me that check for $20,000, please, we can get started. Whoa, this really causes people to get excited. They think you're going to do all the work for me. There's a great sales pitch. There's a great opportunity. But is it really going to work out for me if I pay them $20,000 to help me? Am I just making an investment and I'll get that return quickly? How does this work?
Yeah, or maybe you've heard about, selling on Amazon, join some Facebook group to learn more about the topic. Maybe you see people posting screenshots of their amazing sales after only selling a couple of months with pictures of items purchased at garage sales that are selling for 1,000 ROI, return on investment, and people taking pictures of shopping carts that are full of stuff to resell. Are these points... And basically, these posts might get you wondering, is it really that easy? Can I make great money at FBA that easily too? Listen, to avoid any confusion, we want to set the record straight. Most of us come to Amazon FBA as an income goal because we have some good reasons to earning extra money from this. Maybe we want to experience financial freedom. Maybe we want to gain freedom away from a 9-to-5 job, become our own boss and control our own schedule. Maybe we want to pay off debts or pay off kids' college tuition costs or pay off mortgage or household bills or help our aging parents or build a retirement. I mean, there's so many different possibilities. And some are personal reasons, and they're all good reasons and good goals. And so, that's kind of how we start getting in the door of this. But then we kind of are just asking, okay, why really are you selling on Amazon? Or why are you really wanting to sell on Amazon?
Yeah, what is your motive for wanting to sell on the Amazon FBA platform? It's really important that you know your why so that you can establish your motivation right at the beginning of your business, and also so that you can keep coming back to it as you progress in your business. So, in the future, times might get tough and you'll need to remember why you're even doing this business. So if you haven't read it yet, we highly recommend the book Start With Why by Simon Sinek. You can go to fulltimefba.com/startwithwhy. That's WHY, the word why. And that will be a quick link to take you to find that book. It's a really great resource to help you find out what really motivates you to do what you do. And you're going to want to work through that and write some things down, do some journaling. Mm-hmm. I mention that from time to time. I'm sure it annoys some people. What? I don't want to journal. It really helps. It helps you to get your thoughts down on paper. Think about what is your why? Why are you even doing this?
Yeah. And reading that book early on really helped me connect with my why for selling on Amazon. Because for me, I started my Amazon FBA journey in 2011. I was recently divorced, a single dad with 4 little boys. I did not want to send them to daycare. I was unemployed and deep in debt. And as you can see, I did not start off my Amazon FBA business with the best of circumstances. I
mean, like everything you could possibly imagine that was going wrong, Like I can, maybe if somebody had like a really bad illness, that would have made this worse. But other than that, this is really a bad situation.
Yeah. And before selling on Amazon, I sold on eBay as like a hobby. So I decided to figure out, okay, maybe I can turn eBay into a full-time income. And through that process, I realized just how hard eBay would be to make a full-time income from. And I stumbled across the opportunity of selling on Amazon. And once I learned that I can send my inventory to an Amazon warehouse, that Amazon would ship my products to customers when they purchased it, I was hooked. And within 6 or 7 months after starting to sell on Amazon, I was able to start making a full-time income and support myself and my 4 kids. And I was no longer behind when it came to my finances, and I was soon really be able to get ahead in life.
And then in 2013, Stephen and I got married, and his FBA business became our FBA business. It took us a few years to work things out and to grow the business to get to where we are now. But we now both work part-time hours to make our full-time income at Amazon FBA. Stephen mostly handles the retail arbitrage sourcing, and I do more of the online arbitrage. And then we both, with the help of our virtual assistant, do wholesale sourcing.
And that's our story. And, I don't think that's typical very often, but, some people have built their Amazon businesses faster than we did. Others have been slower. But the key is to go at the pace that's best suited for your situation. So back to that question we started things off with. Is Amazon FBA a get-rich-quick plan? Well, define the word quick for me. Do you mean 6 months, a year, 2 years?
If you could start an FBA business and scale it to the size of a full-time income for you and your family and do all that in the next 2 years, wouldn't that be quick in some situations? Compared to the span of your entire life, or compared to how long it would take to get a college degree, 2 years is pretty quick for building a business that can produce a full-time income for a long-term success.
Yeah, Amazon FBA, it's simply an amazing opportunity for long-term, full-time income if you're willing to put in the necessary work and spend the necessary time it takes to build your business the right way. So this question goes back to you. What is your motive for building your Amazon business? Are you looking for a quick, easy money, or are you wanting to build a legitimate business? I don't know if this is the case for everyone, but a lot of times when people want to know if Amazon FBA is a get-rich-quick plan, what they really want to know is it a get-rich-easy plan. And we can tell you, without hesitation, nothing worth doing in life is going to be easy. There are times when Amazon FBA can be difficult. When it comes to learning something like selling in a new category or dealing with restrictions or handling increasing fees and so on. But it's the Amazon sellers who are able to push through these difficulties to do the hard work of learning, trying and succeeding, who will ultimately build a full-time income generating FBA business.
We don't like to tell people that selling on Amazon is a get-rich-quick plan, but we will tell you that selling on Amazon is a get-rich-slowly plan. As long as you can commit to the process and follow the right steps toward the path to a full-time income. So to wrap up this episode, we want to leave you with our tried and true blueprint for earning a full-time income via Amazon FBA in 6, quote, easy steps. So the first step, number 1, start your Amazon FBA business and learn. Step number 2, try selling on Amazon and learn. Step number 3, experiment and learn. Step number 4, fail and learn. Step number 5, try again and learn. And then finally, step number 6, succeed and learn.
I'm assuming you're catching on to the theme of these, quote, 6 easy steps to make a full-time income on Amazon. Learning needs to be a part of every single step along the way. And remember, learning isn't always easy and learning isn't always quick, but learning is absolutely the most crucial component of building your Amazon FBA business. And if you want some real help along the way from someone who's been in your shoes, who has helped coach others to make a full-time income selling on Amazon, then check out our full-time FBA coaching program. You can simply go to fulltimefba.com/coaching, find out how we can best help you realistically make a full-time income selling on Amazon. Our coaching program, it's 12 months. It's a 12-month long commitment, and we picked that time period because we want people to understand that it's going to take about that time for you to finally understand and know what it takes to make that full-time income selling on Amazon. And we invite you to join us. Again, that link, fulltimefba.com/coaching.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Full-Time FBA Show. As a reminder, the show notes can be found at fulltimefba.com/244 because this is episode number 244. You'll also find all of the links that were mentioned in this episode at that link, fulltimefba.com/244.
And next week on the show, we're going to talk about how to source inventory that will sell within 30 days. We want our stuff to sell fast. We'll tell you how next week on the Full-Time FBA Show.
That's all for this episode of the Full-Time FBA Show. So head over to fulltimefba.com/podcast, where you'll find the show notes and links from this episode. While you're there, subscribe to our newsletter where you'll get several free downloads of our popular and helpful Amazon FBA resources. Now, take action on what you've learned today so you can find success at turning part-time hours into a full-time income with Amazon FBA.